because at this point I'm over it regarding certain stuff that I discussed here. They might not fully understand. Shoot, I don't fully understand all of it, but it is what it is. I have to make the decisions, and they're complaining about it. This is really supposed to be an off day, but I still give them like 2 hours to be on. So technically, they still be getting a chance to get on. I gave them an hour today instead, because sometimes I give 3 hours and sometimes I give a half a day. But I gotta hear this. Whatever. Not in the mood for that. So that's not even what I was finna talk about, but that just happened right before I clicked on to record the video. I was getting ready to speak about, of course, again, it's winding down towards my daughter's birthday, and, you know, I'm excited about it. I'm excited even though I'm at a distance, but yeah, it's still crazy to me for me to have basically held somebody down and this and that third. Like, I don't get the appreciation that I deserve, period. And it's all good. You got what you got out of it, and now don't have no. I'm not really necessarily saying don't have a heart attack, but don't be surprised if you have to get some breathing treatments when I get what I get out the deal. I don't want to say the deal because I didn't have my children to make a deal with neither one of my so-called kids, dads, and stuff like that. I just, I love children. I like what comes out of my womb. I was thankful. I knew how to have sex, I guess, so to speak, and that's oftentimes what it takes to have a child. So, yeah, I wasn't trying to do stuff in vain, is basically what I'm saying. So that's that or whatever, but just thinking about her, of course. I've been eating these nutty bar things, and she really likes them. Sometimes I just do this stuff and I don't even realize. But I got them, and I've been killing them bad boys to the point where I had to go ahead and just share one with my youngest son today. So I was like, ooh, no. I'm not going to keep doing this, but had a dream earlier that I was explaining, like I must have had the chance or whatever for, I got on a phone, it was a flip phone, and I used to have this flip phone back in like 2014 or whatever. That's just what I chose to use. I mean, I wasn't pressed about it, but yeah, I had that phone, and um, what was I gonna say? I was thinking about something else when I said that, but yeah, it was on a flip phone in a dream. This silver flip phone that I still have to this day, and I was explaining myself to the female. Like I said, I call them her the female pet head because I just don't I don't got no respect to put on nobody's names these days, none. So yeah, I was talking to her and I was telling her in details what she had done and where she had me messed up at and caused me wrong and stuff like that. And then I remember myself saying, oh, I know this, like I was confirming something that she had said to me. But I was saying, I know this, I've seen this or whatever. But I was still like kind of giving the explanation. I was about to say excuse, but the explanation for why I was doing it like that. But I don't know what all that indicates. And maybe it's my desire to have things cleared up. But at this point in time, I don't want to sit down and have no conversation with people. It's people that I don't want to sit down and have no conversation with them. I just want to punch them right in their face, like, because it was just too many times that you did that and you thought that was okay. So now you think I was feeling you? You think I'm feeling you? I'm not. But yeah, so that's what was going on in the dream. Then what was I thinking earlier about? Oh, what's his name? I think it's something else. Oh, I was thinking about how I'm just thankful. Another year passed. Yeah, it ain't been nowhere near quite like how I want it. Yeah, like by a long shot, but I just been thankful that it feels a type of way if I think too deeply about it. Like, dang, I gotta feel like I gotta take time and energy to be thankful for things not happening that I feel like shouldn't have occurred in the first damn place. But I just got to be thankful that some of that same stuff is not going on, and stuff like that, as opposed to actually being able to enjoy, um, wait a minute, but yeah, as opposed to actually being able to enjoy what I feel like I should be able to enjoy. But one of the things that just like stands out, well, it's one, but it's a lot wrapped in one major thing, and that was, for whatever reason, maybe because I've seen somebody who had the same middle name as this person's first name, but for whatever reason, the so-called matriarch of of what would be the boys' paternal relatives. Last I knew she was still living or whatever, and I don't wish death on her, whatever. However many years that God allowed her to be here, that's what she gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But she started a bunch of confusion, and so she reminds me of one of those females, of course, that would just kind of similar to that Emmett Till situation where she was, the white lady said that he whistled at her, and what I'm saying, he got all that stuff started, unnecessary death and all that. Like I say, all that good stuff, all that jazz, all that confusion. And I just realized that it's many like like that. It's not, they don't just come in as Caucasian, they are black females. And I've seen not just her, of course my daughter, so called dad's mom, um, and all that. Just will stir something up and get something blown out of proportion where it didn't have to go like that. And that's why, like I said, I just trust God for the resolve, for for the outcome, because it went like that. Like, it didn't have to go like that, but it went like that. Y'all chose. But this female, in particularly, she, claimed that, and I've talked about it before, but she claimed that I disrespected her and stuff like that, similar to his so-called mom pressing charges, and, of course, now she's gone, but pressing charges, and similar to other people, just saying that I did stuff to them. And one thing about it, somebody told me, it was like, you already got a look about you. Okay, I got a look about me, and I do. Like, when I'm looking at something, like, it's just I can't help that that's how I truly feel, and it might show on my face. Like, I don't want to even have to suppress that. It is what it is. Like, but how is that offensive to you? Because I don't intend for it to be offensive. I'm gonna say most of the time. Now, it's sometimes when people be cussing like a sailor in front of kids and stuff like that, and it's out in the public, I be feeling this type of way. Like, damn, shut up. But other than that, either way, it's a look. Um, and people have gave me looks, dirty looks, this type of look, whatever, whatever. But I didn't go and try to sabotage their life because of it. I might have felt the type of way and been like, damn, maybe I need to take heed, or either maybe I need to stay away from this person, one or the other. But I didn't go and try to sabotage their life after that. Like, literally, oh, I'm going to ruin this person's life. And that's what happened with this female as well. Like, I don't want to say I don't know why she's coming back up, because I'm hoping that she's not coming back up at all, because I don't really give like, when I say I don't give a damn about other people, I don't give a true damn about her. Like, that's the truth. Me and my kids seen her, what, in 2018? We was in a grocery store, and I didn't mean to go in this line behind her. My daughter was like, Mom, there's a shorter line down there. And we actually went over there, and she was in the line. She didn't speak to my kids or anything. She knew she was wrong. She knew she was foul. And it's so crazy when I face these people, they be having these looks of terror on their face. Like, we know what we did. And I be like, well, y'all know what y'all did. I know what you did. God knows he surely knows what you did. He knows why you did it. He know why you felt the need to, oh, I'm gonna do this to this person. And it's like, but my thing is, when it all boiled down to it, it's like, y'all don't understand that I'm similar to y'all. I'm in a similar predicament. And so I was trying to get, what I felt like I was trying to get somewhere for the betterment of everybody. But now it's like, y'all felt like you needed to take what little that I felt I had, or again, just sabotage and stuff like that, and just make a mess of it. And now you're not going to be able to be in the I'm about to say the thick of it. But yeah, you're not gonna be able to enjoy the best of it, should I say, or whatever. So hope you enjoy that, and you know, and like I said, that goes for not just her, it's other females that have, oh, I don't want to be excluded and this, that, and the third. Sometimes it's okay for you to be excluded so you could take time to get yourself together, get your attitude together, get your act right and stuff like that in order for you to definitely be able to, you know what I'm saying? Basically like just sacrifice going to the party and stuff now and be able to do it later on, the good stuff. But I don't know, maybe it's just me who feel like that and live like that. Even with my daughter, and like, you know, I know her birthday and stuff is coming up. Honey, they didn't want to, like, if they had her birthday and stuff like that, they didn't want to invite me to certain stuff. They didn't want me around certain people. I guess because I ain't carry myself I'm not the same as them. And they put on, you know, they dress the part and play the part and stuff like that to be appearing to be something that I'm not going to say that they're less than. Maybe they've learned how to master it and be it now, but I don't know. Probably not. But just like, that's not you. That's not even, you know what I'm saying? So it just be some crazy stuff. I don't be liking to take part in that. If y'all got to be fake about who y'all hang with, who you like, you know what I'm saying? If you really like this person, and that's what what's his name tried to say? Oh, you like me behind closed doors? No, I did like him, and I guess it was I wanted to just stay private. I just didn't want people in my business. But um, yeah, but with certain stuff that he was doing, he was being a cheater and stuff like that. I didn't feel like he needed to be over there, and that was he was being a cheater. He was what's he doing? He was being a cheater, and I had already told my previously called mom. I was like, I don't see no future with him. When I was still trying to determine to see if I seen a future with him during those stages, um, yeah, I didn't want you sitting around people because no, I don't know yet, and I'm not finna just for me. I just didn't want to let him do that. I wasn't on that as far as trying to you know how you dang it, I messed up this game or something. But yeah, I was still determining for myself and, you know, trying to make it clear. So anyway, so basically it's almost like, you know, he done forced my hand and stuff like that to just decline him, you know, and I try to do it politely, of course, but at the same time, you showed your behind, you showed your, oh my gosh, I had it. You showed your true colors and all that, and now not only do I not want to be around you, but they done seen how you do. And nobody is really trying to, they don't want that around them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, it is what it is. I've told people, just going back to on the rape thing, the rape ordeal and stuff like that. No, it's real. He really did try to do that to me, and it was people that like try to jump in my inbox. Oh, why would you want him if you claim he raped you and this, that, and the third? For one, that's my business. For two, who said that I wanted him? You know what I'm saying? I'm not even. I'm guess I'm answering this person today. This is years ago when they did this, but for one, you hopping in my inbox as a disguise. You're not even saying who you are, so you're fake. Move along. Especially if it was an older person, I feel like you really got this much time on your hand. But I don't know who it was. Have no idea. It was just somebody that named themselves Connie Lowe. And I'm thinking I thought it was another person that inboxed me. But always inbox me, and why are y'all talking to me about him anyway? Like, why are y'all making such a big deal about one dude? Like, it's not even that serious. When God spoke to me regarding him and what he spoke to me about, I received it. I, take it for what it is. But literally in my inbox about one dude, one male. So I don't know what it was. Whether they just didn't want him to be successful on something or me personally, but a lot of times it just, like, I haven't had those inboxes at all when I'm not dealing with him. It's like, no, we don't want him to succeed. That's what it seemed like. We want to hold him back and this and third. And a lot of that was his fault because he would go and sit around them. Like one time I did something for him, he was so quick to, and I get it. You be excited, you be happy that somebody wants to be helpful to you and this, that, and the third, and somebody actually see some type of value in you. But he went on to telling people stuff, and somebody quickly came back and was like, "Why you do that for him? Like he don't, basically like he don't deserve it." So I don't even know this person that spoke to me. She didn't used to say too much about him, so I don't even know what he did to her or why he made her feel a type of way. But she was on. They was on it. They, especially the females, they was ready to tell on him and stuff like that. Why you? Until they started feeling like, oh, she ain't no, they felt like, oh, she's no better than him, or they can feel how they want to. And I'm not saying I'm better than him, but I'm just saying, like, I give people a chance and I give people the benefit of the doubt. And maybe that's not good of me all the time, because it does end up being, sometimes I'd be like, damn, why did I ever give that person a chance? But at the same time, I like that about myself, because that's how I want it to be treated. Like, give me a chance, and not necessarily to prove to you, now I know better, not necessarily to prove to you, but just to give me a fair chance, to live it out, So that's that or whatever. But they did not want nothing for him, and if they thought it was something good about for him in my household and in my life, they did not want it for him. Literally was like, why would you want him if, and my thing was, yeah, it's none of your business. If I already talked to him about it, I don't got to tell y'all about nothing. Why I feel and why I believe what I believe, why I think what I'm thinking, and why I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with. And so that was that or whatever. But just going back to what I got on here about initially was, the female who, supposed to be the matriarch. She's his grandma would be my kid's great grandma, and boy, yeah, she was some type of vicious too, and the type that you vicious, but and really ain't trying to even think twice or look back and have no type of care or concern about it. Like, I did what I did, and feeling like she did what she had to do. And so again, that's why I say, well, God knows why she. Ooh, and this number just showed up. The devil be bound. God knows why she did what she felt like she had to do or whatever. Dang it, man. It's looking like I'm not about to win this game. Oop, and it was looking like it, but I'm winning. I'm gonna win just because I got the amount of coins I need. I had the tools and the resources in place, so that's the reason why I'm about to win. But yep, that number just popped up. The blood applied. That's what I can say. And then especially my sons got bothered. My oldest son felt bothered because he only had an hour on. Baby, I don't care. And whatever tries to show up in them regarding that bloodline, the devil be bound. Because I did. I allowed her to hold at least my first son. My second son, she didn't ever meet him. That I know of. She seen him in the store. That was her opportunity to say, hey, how are you and the boys doing? She didn't say shit. Like, literally right there in front of me. I was the next person in line behind her. She didn't say a damn thing. So that's basically like, we don't give a damn about the so-called dad, so we damn sure don't give a damn about the younger generation. Okay, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy, honey, because as they grow and progress, and yes, because I'm putting in this type of discipline on them, as far as, no, you're not going to be on them games all day. You don't know who and how they could become. So keep that same energy. You didn't speak to them at the grocery store that time? Don't bother with them. Thank you. I tried to kind of give her some of the responsibility and stuff like that. And she basically was just, nope, them your kids. I'm going to put them back. Like, yeah. Doesn't have to feed my kids. Ain't been to none of the Thanksgiving gatherings, none of the Thanksgiving gatherings, none of the, what you call it? No, nothing. Not even just Thanksgiving, but nothing. They haven't gotten any gifts or anything from them. And that's fine. I'm not on it like that. It's not even about that. It's about relationship. But they don't interact with my kids. You got some that live right across the street. Don't say nothing to my kids. See them on a daily basis. Running around outside. Don't say nothing. So for whatever reason, That's coming up. I don't, I don't, I don't really care about it because for real, that thing kind of been like hidden for a while. But yeah, let them cling to who they cling to. This boy getting all the Ritz crackers. I could not. You didn't even put them in the basket neatly, boy. Could have got more if you put them in the basket neatly. But yeah, so. But I'm thankful that that's not going on. I don't gotta see they clown ass, con artist ass faces on a regular basis. Some of them, yeah, still. But they a mess. And then, oh, what's his name? He had a nerve to bring other extended relatives around. And and really without telling me, that be the disrespectful part of it. Like, ask me, hey, you okay with such and such coming over here? He did that twice. Maybe okay. First time I should have noticed and been like, second time, make sure that I'm comfortable first. I don't care if you gotta make one trip over there. Hey, I'm gonna see if she cool with, and then one trip over here. Hey, you cool with such and such? And then you gotta take your ass back, and that's what you do. But no, you trying to force something on me? And that goes back to spirit of rape. And evidently, they had their way with him on some type of stuff. And I seen and heard about some of it anyway. Again, when he got into the wreck and stuff like that, and he spent his money on them, they was all for him on that. But took and spent his money on them and stuff like that. He got like $9,000 back. He gave me $250 out of the whole $9,000. I know, shitty, right? But he spent a lot of money taking them somewhere, wanting to be accepted by them. Still trusting God that He's held accountable. He's able to understand and grasp. Damn, I shouldn't have did that. I should have been investing that elsewhere. Anyway, to God be all the glory. This would have been a good investment for me as opposed to, and then he went on to say, he would just say little stuff that I wasn't even saying to him, but I believe that God was, whether it was on my behalf or just because it's the right thing to do, God was trying to instill and let him know, this is what you need to do. You know, that small, quiet voice. This is what you need to do. That other stuff is not what you necessarily need to do. You don't need to, you know, this is not a good investment. And so he would say stuff like, my blood gonna always come for you. So that's basically like the pact or whatever you was making. And basically that's what you said, so that's what you gotta stick to. That's like that's what you gotta stick to, and it's sticking to you. Or it's trying to or whatever. And I'm not even saying that he'd be over there around him. I don't know. He probably have been over there stealing their stuff or whatever. I don't know. I think too it did come a time when he finally realized, damn, my own so-called dad was doing this or whatever. Finally get to know your so-called dad, I guess. Sometimes it might not even be okay or good to do that, but finally get to know him, I guess, or whatever, and be curious about him, what type of person he was. Because they kept saying he didn't come around him till he was 16. Before that, he just was known as the mentor, but he looked just like his dad. But when you start seeing what he's about, when I start seeing with my own eyes, some stuff I might not have seen, and I feel like God protected me during that, and I'm thankful for that. But when he spoke to me about something, oh no, that's not God's order for, that's not God's, or he said that's not order. I don't know if I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but he said that's not order um, that parents die before the kids, that the kids. I was like, now wait a minute. Now let me back up, baby. Let me tell you one thing about me. I am quick with it. I would tell my kids to go in the house real because my kids was outside and they got done eating, sitting down, chilling. He was looking, at least appearing to be looking over them, probably sizing them up. I told my kids to go right on in the house, and I was like, oh wait a minute. Then I stood at the door, and as they mama, I was like, get away from my door, and I let him know you got to go. I'm not on what you on. And so then he started up. Just know that I love y'all saying that from the door. No, you love yourself. Go love yourself. And that's why I always say that love, that word love, people be throwing around. It don't mean it. It means love you enough to sacrifice you or something like that. So that's what's been trying to take place. And so I'm like, get somebody else to do it. get somebody else to do it. And literally, I'm not trying to be funny or mean or harsh when I say this, but one of my, basically my half siblings, have lost a child, and maybe that's who he got somebody else to do it. Somebody else to, I don't know if the child shed blood, but you know what I'm saying. The child went on into the next life before him. I don't like that, and I didn't even ask her how was he acting and how was he being towards her, but I might not get the chance to. I'm not looking for it. But yeah, as soon as I seen how he started presenting himself, he did that, and then the day he showed up, like I said, I don't know if it was on this particular day. It was just him here when he was saying that crazy stuff. It was crazy talk. On the next time, it was him and the female that he be dealing with, and I had got a check for $666 on that same day. And then it just showed up at my door. And then before that, my daughter said, "Oh, they showed up the day before too," when I was at work. And I was like, "Wait, what?" And I'm glad my kids knew enough. Don't open that door. Don't open that door for nobody. I don't care who look familiar, who don't. And that's all I wanted to do was let my kids operate according to that type of truth and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like as soon as he seen, I understand when it's your mama and you was raised with her, or it could have been whatever parent you was raised with since you was a baby. They've been instilling something in you since you was young. So it's really kind of hard to see that and know anything other than that until you get out their household. But this dude that you just came around after you done already been raised up for quite a few years, and that's my prayer now. I want my kids to be able to recognize it quick. My sons too. Quick. Not late. Real quick. I'm praying that God move on them real quick to be able to notice the effery and know what to do. Know to get yourself away from that. Keep your distance. Do what you gotta do to get yourself away from that. And so, the blood applied, and again, this so-called matriarch coming out. I don't know if she's trying to speak my kid's name. No, oh, you senior. Don't do it, honey. Because you could definitely drop dead wherever you speak. When it comes to that, like I said, I don't speak death over people, but when you come to anything, if it's trying to stir up something regarding my kids or anything like that, nah, baby, that ain't your last resort. They ain't your first resort. They ain't your last resort. And if you living this long, you either need to turn to God and do it right, and repent, of course, or deal with what's coming to you. So, anyway, she popped up, and my main thing was I'm glad it's not around me. As far as for my kids, who knows how it's trying to be shaken up, especially money haven't been coming in and this, that, and third. And I'm trying to tell you that we're trying to get to me via my children. No. If you was up close and personal with me before, and you didn't do right, you didn't act right, you didn't behave right, you're not going to be able to do that through my children. And that's just on period. So, I don't know whether you got shaking, stirring, whatever. The blood applied. And then, yeah, I'm going to have to let my son know I'm nice. Call him in here so I can talk to him. Let me tell him now while I'm right here. Hey, come on in here. As you know good and well, I'm going to have a conversation about stuff. So, I heard you in there complaining about in an hour. And again, this is called an off day. Ain't it? Yeah. Off means off. Turn that light on. Then turn it off. Do you still have light from that up there? No. You just got it coming from the TV. Okay, so off means off. But me as your mom, on your off days, I still been, Zephaniah, this is for you too. I've still been giving you 2 hours, sometimes more, right? So did your mind forget or something? Like when I say, and I told you initially, I didn't just while y'all started say, oh y'all, I'm just letting y'all know y'all only got 1 hour. Didn't I tell you initially before you even got on? You're going to have 1 hour. So your delayed response, because it was delayed if you ask me, of oh man, an hour went by fast. It does. that's that's every day if you paying attention. It don't take long for 60 minutes to go by if you're having fun or if you're being productive, if you're asleep. So I didn't understand what was all that for. What's the problem? Nothing now, right? Do you have an understanding? I'm the parent in here and I get to make the decisions when it comes to that. Are y'all my parents? Do y'all do the things do y'all take care of me? Do y'all provide for me? No, God does. That's the only one who provides for me. Then he gives me the resources to be able to provide for y'all or do what I can for y'all. Do y'all have food in here? Are you able to take a shower? Wash your tail? Yes. Are you warm or are you out in the cold? Got clothes? And do you get you some leisure time? You get to go outside, run around pretty much freely if you want to. You just decide not to. Where's the restrictions at? What is it that that you're missing that you don't get to do? That is, you gonna lash out and speak out and spew out about you only getting an hour. But did you not know that before you logged on? Okay, well, ain't no need in doing all that. And that clan is not more important than what goes on in this house. Maybe you don't have that understanding right now, but hopefully you get that. That stuff online and in fake life and virtual reality is not real. Those, once y'all log off of there, can't, like I played with y'all the other night, can't drive that car. I can drive in there. I don't have a real car sitting out here in the driveway. I'm not working at a pizza place. I'm not driving in the water. I'm not doing any of it. That is fake. Do you understand that? That's fake. It's not real. So you don't need to get all those disgusting emotional attachments to that. Those people on there you never met them in real life, right? You don't know them like that. You may know of them and know things or whatever, whoever this clan is. Klan already sounds like a bad thing because it comes from Ku Klux Klan. So you got to be real careful. So again, you need to it's about maturing and learning how to be disciplined. And as you get older, especially you, I'm specifically talking to you because you can be some type of example to him, but I'm talking to both of y'all. You got to know how to discipline yourself. When you get older, you got to know when to get off of that stuff. You got to know when to get up, not just make you something to eat, but get up, do other things that needs to be done. Just being an adult don't mean, hey, I'm free, I can do what I want. No, it don't. You got somebody that you're going to be held accountable. You got to answer to. Until you can cease to exist, recreate yourself, and don't use the breath that God breathes in us, don't use his heartbeat, don't use none of that. Figure that out. Then that's when you own yourself, and that's when you can, I'm going to play Roblox all day. Now, God is God. Guess what? If he decided and chose, I'm going to play Roblox all day, and that might be what he's doing with us. Could be. I'm going to play with my people that I created all day long, forever. He's God. He God alone. You're not. So, you don't need to be feeling like that. I mean, I can't change y'all feelings, but you don't need to be doing all that. And especially when I start hearing it, just know that I'm going to address that. Complain all you want. It's like this. Sometimes you might get just an hour. Sometimes it's going to be a real off day. And like I just told you, after I hear that complaining and stuff, I feel like it's time for it to be a real off day. Like it's not going to be on days. Probably for the rest of December. Could be longer. It's not going to be on days at all. Because when I see you respond like that over just 1 hour, after you done played it, sat down, enjoyed it, then it's time to get off and you start doing this. I don't know why y'all think it's okay to just try me like that. Like, yes, express yourself, but then come in here respectfully. Mom, I don't feel like I should get off of it. It's a respectful way. I've told y'all this before. Talk to me with respect. Don't do that coming out here yelling out in the hallway and doing all that because you're being disruptive in the household. Then you're trying to pass that over to him who's not doing all that. Then if he start getting like that, because I know that you said it first, you're still going to be held accountable. You're going to be held accountable for what your mouth said and then whatever's trying to come out of his mouth. Because I'm not playing with y'all on that. I don't feel like I'm a bad parent to y'all. I might not be everything that you ever wanted. Mine wasn't for me either, but at the same time, I still had a level of respect for them. And I feel like it's disrespectful when you start doing that. If you done set your tail down, enjoyed your hour, maybe you should have started saying that before you even got on. But no, I'm not doing all that with y'all. You're going to respect me, and I expect when I tell you it's only an hour, get your tail off on an hour, not an hour and 5 minutes, not none of that. Get off. I be trying to even give y'all leg room to just get off and on time yourself, or do certain stuff like you're supposed to on the schedule that I already gave you. Sometimes I have to come back and say it to you. Well, I'm letting you know. The other thing I was finna say is, yeah, so let me just make sure we got an understanding on that, right? Yes. So if I say it's going to be an hour, then you know it's going to be an hour. What good do you think it's going to do you to complain about it? You think that's going to change my mind? It's not. Only thing going to change my mind is divine intervention. Stay prayed up. That's all I can tell you. God, can you please move on my mom to give us like 30 more minutes or something like that? And if he move on me, then that's something totally different because I answer to him. I do not answer to y'all. I don't answer to my so-called, previously called parents. I answer to God alone. Because I acknowledge that's the one who created me. That's the one who gives me breath. That's the one who gives me rest, who gives me strength to get up, who created me, period. So, this ain't the first time y'all hearing that, right? Y'all already know that's what I believe and that's what I stand on. Do I deviate from that? Do I be changing up and saying, oh, no, today I just get to do what I want to do? Okay, and that's me as a 35-year-old adult. Y'all don't either. Because I know I submitted my kids over to God. I don't care who else and what else try to submit y'all over to some other type of God or false God, fake God, idol, or their whatever their mind can concoct, or try to want to sacrifice you, this other type of stuff. The God that I serve is real. He's all powerful. He's more powerful than whatever they try to do. And the day I'm speaking of, y'all should already know, is of course, what's his name, and whoever else stands behind him as far as that foolishness. But I didn't do that with y'all. Just like I gave Anaya to God, I do the same thing with y'all. I gave y'all to God. In my stomach, as best as I knew how, and stuff like that. And I pray for y'all, and I still on a daily basis encourage y'all. Have a prayer life. I don't force you. I ain't trying to make you, but I'm going to encourage you. So, you've had your own experiences and interactions with God. I believe that he at least got something going on where he knows that God is somewhere in the vicinity. Y'all, you'll develop that as you go. But, the other thing is, that's what I was going to ask. You remember that time we went to the grocery store and we took the picture of that, supposed to have been grandma? Do you remember seeing it with your eyes? You was about 5 or 6. 2018, you was how old? He probably was a baby, but I'm just making sure. Because I want you to still remember that. In case, again, you ever come across them people. I don't know if I'm sure I got the picture somewhere, but I don't know if you remember how she looked. And if I come across the picture, I'm gonna show y'all again. But, because if it ever, again, remember that you step outside every day. Well, one person did try to speak to you, but sometimes when people speak to you, they do have motives and other intentions and stuff. She called you by that name. You remember that. But remember that on a daily basis, nobody over there be speaking to y'all. And they don't celebrate y'all. They don't celebrate y'all. It's like they don't care, anything like that. Y'all don't interact with them, whatever. And they're supposed to know that you're relatives and this, that, and the third, but they don't bother y'all. One thing about it, I'm teaching y'all, that's God's protection. But the other thing, the natural thing is, that's not how families and stuff supposed to interact. Just like one time y'all was outside and my previously known stepdad rode past, but he pulled up and got out and spoke to y'all, acknowledged you. See the difference in that? You remember that? You don't remember one time y'all was outside and he pulled up and I was still in the house. But I was still in the house. This wasn't a time when I was out there with y'all. You do remember it or you don't? Okay, because he was asking, and I think my previously known youngest sibling was with him, and she was asking him, did he still remember her? Do you remember? Anyway, so I'm just showing you that I'm talking about that because it's a difference in how people that are supposed to be family and relatives acknowledge you and other ones don't. That one in the grocery store, what do you recall her doing? Not speaking at all, none whatsoever, nor your brother. And y'all was supposed to be bloodline. So anyway, that's coming up for whatever reason. Let God sort that out however he sorted it out. So I just want you to know that. Because I don't want people to try to latch onto y'all and bother with y'all. And act like, oh yeah, I know, I did this for you, I did this. I ain't gonna sit here in front. She bought a pack of Pampers, that same one. She bought a pack of Pampers and a little outfit when you was younger. She did do that. But did that to get the big bucks coming in from, oh, what's his name? Because again, when I told you, when he got into an accident, did I tell you the amount that he got back? Yes. How much? $9,000. Okay, you remember. That's good. Got back $9,000. What did I say I got from it for this household? Yeah, you got a gold bracelet, but what did I say? $250, yeah. So they was getting it. Do you see what I'm getting at? Like they can. Oh, I bought him this pack of this Pampers and this, so she won't worry about the money. Which that wasn't even money. That was basically death money. He could have died, but he got that, and he took that money and he spent that on them in Maryland, and spent that on a hotel. Left you behind. That money could have been invested in you and your brother's future right now and other things and stuff like that. If he would have gave me half of that, $4,500, if he would have gave me a quarter of that, $1,000 as opposed to $250. So I say, hey, he gave forth something, but that all of them relatives over there took him through the ringer, and that's what he decided. So, again, I talk to y'all almost every day or every other day and ask y'all, well, how would you feel about this? Zephaniah came in here the other night and asked me, well, how would you feel if, what's his name came back? And he was talking about Anaya too, and I sat and had a conversation with him. But, I just need y'all, as young people, to try to grasp something sooner than what I did. Don't let people sit around you and be around you and just play with your emotions and your mental and stuff like that, because that stuff can really mess you up. And they'll try to pull you down or take from you. And y'all have a certain innocence about you. People will try to take that purity and that innocence from you mentally, emotionally, sometimes physically. And really those people are a bunch of pretty much rapists. Mental rapists, emotional rapists, physical rapists. It's certain stuff that can happen. So you got to protect your body, your mind, your spirit, and all that. And I'm telling y'all this for a reason. I don't know what the future holds or what's going to change, or, it seemed like, I know when Anaya had this going on, there was some things that's trying to manifest. People be trying to manifest stuff. To me, I don't do self-manifestation. I can ask God, Lord, I want to do this, or Lord, I would like to live in a big house. I'm just using an example. This is not necessarily what I ask God for, because I don't really pray like that. I thank God for what I have now. A roof over my head, food, what I have, and then whatever he wants to bless me with going forward, or what he wants me to desire, he'll put it in my heart. Anyway, I can say, God, I want to live in this house, this big house. I want this kind of car, this, that, and the third. You can ask God for that. But as far as me saying, I live in this house, I do this, I drive this, I'm not gonna sit there and manifest that type of stuff. To me, that's witchcraft. So some people think otherwise and believe otherwise. That's witchcraft. You don't have to do that. You can ask the person, the one, and he is a person, but he's a spirit. You can ask the one that created you to provide what it is that you need and your wants. So, just telling y'all this because I don't want y'all getting hung up on that crazy stuff. And, like I said, who knows? When that girl spoke to you, you acknowledged her, even though you don't go by that name anymore. And I'm telling you, it's just real easy to get tricked by that stuff. My thing is, y'all in that so-called bloodline, I disconnect y'all from that bloodline. If you ask me, you can reconnect yourself if you so choose, but y'all really do literally got their same blood running through y'all. You got some of mine in my side, but you got their same blood running through you. So you will have urges or desires or whatever that's similar to them. That's what families do. If they was literally y'all real family like they was supposed to be. But again, these was relatives at one point in time, and I don't even consider them relatives now. But anyways, then I had some dream about y'all. I think it was last night. Matter of fact, when I was telling y'all to get up and go take a shower and stuff like that, there was some stuff going on, something about spiders and stuff like that. And it was both of y'all in a dream. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say everything about it, but it did have to do with spiders and all this. And I just want y'all to be able to recognize. But sometimes when you take that time, when I say, hey, get up, when I say if you got an hour on or something, it means it's for you to do something else. Again, take initiative and start saying, well, Mom, should I clean this up or should I do this? I'm not forcing you. I'm giving you but it probably might come a day when I say, Emmanuel, okay, this is what you're going to have to do. When I give you this time, go ahead and do this. But I'm giving you a chance to kind of do it. Get up out from over there. Do it yourself. What the heck are you doing over there anyway? No, don't go over there. But anyway, I don't know what's transpiring. We coming up on the end of the year. Y'all been seeing me get up and do my stuff, haven't you? Yes. See stuff looking different in here, don't you? Yes. It ain't the same. So, as God's moving in me and changing in me, I'm sitting here eating fruit. Yeah, I eat candy and stuff. I'm studying eating my fruit. I'm telling y'all, I'm planting the seeds. I'm telling you what you need to do. It's good to start at a young age and do it early. Because trying to catch up with it later is not good. It's not good. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to be fun. A couple of years ago, I could have worked out easily. I wasn't choosing to. I didn't have the resources to get me an elliptical like I do now. But even now that it's in here, it's hard for me to just say, hey, I'm going to get on there and do at least 5 minutes a day in this center. It's harder. So take heed now. If you get in the practice of doing whatever it is you need to do now, like disciplining yourself and saying, oh, I need to set a time for me to, I'm going to play this for 2 or 3 hours and then I'm going to get off. Not from 9 in the morning when you wake up and don't even take care of your hygiene until 11 o'clock at night. And then just because, oh, mom is allowing us to do that. Sometimes even if you allow it, it's still good for you to say, hey, let me do this. Just like I told y'all, go outside, take a break, get some fresh air and stuff like that. I don't even see y'all doing that on a regular basis. I see y'all doing it during school hours, wanting to get a break from school and doing some work, but that game. So just letting y'all know, this is coming from a place of love, not anger or upset. I was upset that you start spewing all that, but this is from a place of love and care and concern, because I want y'all to be not according to the world's definition of success, but it's called godly successful. Great. Probably wanna take this one because I wipe them off with my shirt, because they wet these things up, but they don't necessarily clean them like that. If you want another, you can have one. Is there anything you got to say? No. I just hope you take heed to everything that I'm saying to you, and relax on just jumping and saying, oh, I only had an hour and complaining. That clan and all that stuff is not important. Even if you went to school and you had friends and stuff, I'm not going to say that they're not important at all, but they're not as important as your immediate family that's actually doing right by you. Now, if somebody was doing wrong by you, that's different. You might want to reach out to somebody like, oh, I'm getting abused at home, I'm this, that, and the third, and that might become more like family to you. Are you getting abused at home? That you know of? Do you think or feel like you're getting abused? Are you sure? Because you're saying it on a low tone. Are you getting abused? I mean, if you see something that you say, Mom, this is abuse, and we can take a second and analyze it. But, yeah, do not. Do you have anything to say? Huh? No. Are you listening? Yes. Did you hear what I said about the person at the grocery store? What happened?
So like saw her and then like said Ricky Mail said she didn't even talk to her.
You didn't talk to nobody, and that's supposed to be y'all so-called supposed to be great grandma. When grandma was alive, didn't she speak to you all the time?
Yeah.
Hey, Brendan, over and over, and on your nerves. But yeah, didn't she take you out to eat? Didn't she spend time with you?
Yeah, whatever.
That was y'all great grandma too.
And I just don't like that time when I said, can I like go and run outside and then she said, don't run in here.
She said don't run in here, but she didn't say you couldn't run outside, did she?
Yeah, she didn't say.
Okay, well guess what? If I say don't run in here. If you don't like it, because guess what? You ran in here before and you broke your toe.
No,
That's why, huh?
I wasn't running.
Well, doing a circle or whatever you was doing. You did something to be able to hit it that hard.
Like.
Okay, well, anyways, it's a reason why we tell you don't run in here. It's not a lot of space to do that. It's the reason why I told you to get up from over here. You might not like that either, but that's what I gotta, that's because we care about you, trying to preserve you. But the point I was making is that lady don't even take you out to eat, don't do nothing. And even if grandma said that one time or twice, she still was doing good things for you. She did a lot more good things for you, didn't she?
Yep.
Than telling you no on one thing. That's what I'm telling you about now. When y'all get hours. The other day I said, oh, you can get half a day. Y'all can go get on there on your off day till 5 o'clock. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But the moment I say an hour, it's like I never said none of that. Your mind don't automatically say, dang, I'm thankful that mom let us get till 5 on one off day. I'm thankful that she lets us get on here at all. Because I don't have to let y'all get on there at all. At all. I can take all them devices and not let you get on nothing. Period. So, gotta start looking at things with a different perspective and stuff like that so you can mature. And Emmanuel, I'm telling you that for a reason. It's gonna be 11 soon, and 12 comes after that, and then teenage years and all that. I want you to be able to do something more than just, let's just use this as an example. Make a cup of macaroni or bagel bites in the microwave, or get on a keyboard and get on Roblox. Do that sound like a bad mom because I want you to do more than that? You be real with me if that's what, that's not a good mom who wants me to do something more than, yeah, I don't want y'all brain dead in here. Sure don't. Just like I tell you that story about when she moseyed on over here from across the street and said, oh, he's talking, that's scary. Yeah, I don't want no dumb kids. I don't want nobody that don't know how to communicate properly, speak up for themselves. That wasn't scary to me. That was amazing to me. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And you're supposed to be doing better. You're getting older, you need to be doing better than baby talk, or even, as you get older, we mature. Y'all don't use baby words, and y'all look back on videos and see how y'all sounded like little babies on some of them videos, right? Y'all don't sound like that no more. It's a reason why. We grow up, we mature. This is a part of maturing. I'm done. If y'all ain't got nothing to say, well, I'm just letting you know. I ain't like the sound of that. And just letting you, putting that out there. Be reminded of how people interacted with you. That don't mean if you ever run into this person, you have to be disrespectful. That means if you ever run into this person, you need to be real cautious about that person. Letting them hug you, touch you, anything. You don't have to do that. As my children, I don't care if I'm not right there. I don't care if I was dead and gone. Lord forbid that I'm not. Hey, I just don't feel comfortable hugging anybody. Hey, I'd rather not shake anybody's hand. And they can feel how they want to feel. Some people don't feel the type of way if that happens. Anyway. Alright. I'll talk to y'all later. If you don't have nothing to say about it, then yeah.